Welcome back. Let's get to it. I am going to be showing you guys an advanced level set of strategies here tonight. It's going to cover a myriad of topics. Most of them have already been covered before, but some of them are a little bit new. Let's get straight into it. We're going to get right with an example to kind of start walking through these. Now, if you are seeing this setup, this is one of the plays that I had taken yesterday. I did the live stream in the afternoon. This was earlier in the day. This was right here at right around noon, just before noon here. I had already been up around 4K on the day. Great play setups that day. Lots of great opportunities. What's this one called? So pop quiz. First one. What's that right there? You said Moonshot. Give yourself a gold star right there. You got a Moonshot to the short side right there as a winner. That is an Enigma, which is what we, looks a little moon. You got the cross right next to it. That is a combination that we like to have here. Something that's like this would be the headshot, right? The headshot is with a Fabella dot plus a cross. And there we get our headshot. In this case, we call this the Moonshot. Looks like the moon. There it is. Pretty self-explanatory. Next play in there, you got a nice pure Enigma to the short side. Again, stops go behind the Enigma. So clear here. Beautiful setups right here. Then you've got this one right here. What is this? Double cross, double move right inside. Can enter in right there. Stop goes above. That's what that red dashed line is. Automatically drawn there for you. There's the target line, also automatically drawn for you. Easy on the way down. And if you got to the long side on this one, not a problem with that one either. This one still gets you your 20 ticks to the high side. Lots of great opportunities here at this time of day. One of my favorite times to play these. I have also found during the no trade zone, Enigmas are exquisite. So again, I'm gonna unload on you tonight with a lot of notes. So pause the video right now, grab your notepads and pens. I just gave you a lot of details and information, and I'd like to see you guys timestamp these and make sure that you put these in your notes. But let's go into the trades that I want to really talk about though here. So what is this one? This is a power Moonshot. How do we know that? We have an alpha omega cross and we have our moon, right? So different one because we've got a power. This is a blue alpha omega cross plus the Enigma. So I'm going to take a shot at this one. Now I wasn't going all in or anything on this, but I went a quarter position right here, going to the long side on this. We also, at the time of day, I looked back and recalled that the MACV Ultimate filter was green. Now this is green right now. This is after hours, so I'm not implying that this is what it looked like at that time of day. This is just coincidental that here after hours, MACV, the most recent one, is also a green, giving me my directional filter to the long side. But if you were to have a green like this, and we've got a green Enigma, that is going to enhance your play. Now, if you like those ideas and the things I've already said so far, why don't you do me a favor and real quick, pause the video and hit that like button. Now, let's get into what happened right after this. So I'm getting in long. I also have pretty big deltas here. You see a double delta here. So something's coming. You know what I like to do after a double delta? I am going to take the next play. You guys know my drill. So had two major things there with me on top of the confluence of the MACV Ultimate. I'm going to go ahead and take this for a shot and try to look to see if I can get 20 ticks out of this or not. Now, I recognize that I've got some targets right up above me, so I will probably pull the trigger early. I just really wanted to see if I could get this up there to that green line, possibly with the runner up to the original gold line target, and let's see how that went. Now, I see the second one. Now, I did at the moment think I can add to my position here. This is now a double Enigma. Now, this had already, I will say, it got me a little nervous because as I got into my position where, I got in up here as this went, kind of coming up in this area. So my entry is way up here. And yes, I took some heat, came up, still didn't get back to my point of entry. I was in red this entire time. Now, again, it's not like a lot of time there. It was 2 minutes, right? But 2 minutes feels like an eternity when you're having to wait on something like this. The speed wasn't amazing. It was at 35. So again, the speed not awesome. Again, you can also read the speedometer at any point. That number right there, people have asked. Again, another one of those for your notes. If you don't know, that number 35 tells you what the speed is measured in BPM. That is bars per minute, not beats per minute, as you would on an echocardiogram if you are a cardiologist or into the doctor thing. All right, I had the opportunity to get long, but what would have possibly told me that, hey, maybe this isn't going to be the long and strong that I might want it to be? you guys have paid attention to the most recent training video, we talked about the AudioBox, right? So AudioBox AB, not to be confused with AlgoBox. This is the FlowMaster AlgoBox. And the sounds, if I start to get the booms, which are downs, right, and we say the clacks are the long sound, you have a higher pitched clack that tells us we've got clack, 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 clack. It's a high pitched clack that we're moving to the long side. We've got big buyers stepping to the tape, or boom, 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 getting those sellers coming in. And at this very moment, what do you think happened here? I started getting booms. What does that mean I should do to my position? Is that a good thing for my position? No. So if I'm into the long side and I'm starting to hear boom, boom, booms, as I've said in that most recent video, then oftentimes I actually want to do the reverse, and I'm going to target what? What is a target if I'm going to reverse one of these plays? Think ahead. Go back to your thought process. Hopefully check your notes real quick. I want this to be ingrained in you. Check your notes. What do we do? What do we target if I were to reverse this position now and go along with the sound of the audio box plus the Enigma? If you watched that video that was called the Enigma plus audio box, you would know we're going to reverse, and I'm going to target the back of the Enigma. So now the stop becomes the target, right? So let's see how this played out. Boom. I punched the reverse button and I hit the button 2 more times. So I had hit 2 buttons to the long, right? So I had gone 2x, you can tell right here because of my order quantity. So I had hit it twice to the long side, and now I'm punching reverse, which means I'm going to be in for short. And then I went reverse, pop, pop, sell, sell, out of pure habit, because that's kind of tends to be how I end up reversing into things and going tat tat. Now, when you reverse, you do not get your stops and targets back if you have the current settings that I have. People have been asking that sometimes, like, hey, how come the stops and targets, the bracket orders don't redraw? That is true. We can do a whole nother video on that another time, but just know that they don't. So as I'm entering into the other side, where do I want my targets? I want my targets now to be at the back of the Enigma. Now, I lost some as I punched into the reverse, a little bit there. That's going to be expected. You're going to get some slippage on that. Now, it didn't immediately drop on me, but I did hear the beats. I kept hearing the boom, 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 boom at this spot. You can start to see, as we had this distribution leg, we have started into an accumulation zone. You can see it going here. But as this came in, I was a little bit nervous. Yes, I had the long side stuff, but with those booms, I've said before, this is oftentimes an opportunity to go ahead and get something off of the backside. Went ahead and I added to my position now and still targeting the back of this play. Again, like I said, this was going to be an advanced level play, but in a scenario that you might encounter where you're like, okay, I've got my Enigmas going, and then all of a sudden things didn't go quite right. Now, look at this craziness, right? With the booms, we do ultimately end up getting a fast move up, and sadly, I would have gotten my original targets up here. As you can see, it does come up here. There's my target 1, ultimately busts through that and gets my gold line target on target 2. And I'm sitting there kicking myself because I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm sitting here trying to get the back of this. But I continuously, even through this whole thing, I would hear back and forth clacks and booms. So I went ahead and put some risk to it, kept it in there. Now, as it started to move, this move went really fast. That was a very smooth leg. You can see it, not even any stubble except for that little suction right there, but boom, straight through, not a hair of stubble on that leg, and it came down very quickly. So kind of felt some sigh of relief right here as I pressed the take a screenshot button again as it started to move. I don't know why I moved one of my stops right down on that without moving the other one. I think it just happened to be in between my screenshotting as this one started to progress. Okay, there we go. I did move that down because that's what I should have done. I've been like, look, if I'm wrong now, I'm wrong. Okay, so if it comes back up there, I am satisfied knowing if I do bust above that, at this point we are going to continue up. Then my whole idea and feeling around this was going to be a bust. We ended up, yes, getting another Enigma coming in there, and it really made me nervous as that came in. Got some heat, drop, coming right back up. I was like, oh, it's gonna go, but then boom, got that relief, and here we go. I wish I would have moved this target down a bit, but what I did was I put one of those right behind that Enigma right there, the other one right back behind the farther one, and this one played out for me, and I got some targets filled. That's how that play went out. And then really, if I'd been really cool, super awesome, I would have fully exited on that green delta, but I just hit the close button as it went down that direction because I didn't want to risk it. I was already up over my 4K on the day, was trying to maintain and hold my bonus. Now, let's go a little bit farther. That's advanced trade number 1, but don't worry, got some more for you here tonight. warm up your pens. We've got more for the notes. Now, I was actually on a call with one of our members. I was talking to Missile. Actually, he can attest to this. I'm on a phone call with Missile. We were working through some things to help him and his family out and things. And I was telling him to the straight, it's like, oh man, I tried to take this DCDM. It looked like we had busted out of the zone. So you can clearly see this. You should be able to see, pretty big zone here going on. We had been on a call for a while now. This is about 20 minutes in, as this is about 12:24 since the beginning of those. There's our original 3 over there. And now we just start to get this big accumulation zone. I should have, drawn my horizontal zone tool, but I didn't at the time. But this started to really fill in this zone, okay? And out of the corner of my eye, I had seen this double cross, double move show up, and it looked like to me visually, it looked like I had, I didn't really pick this pivot, but I had seen, this being the zone here. It looked like we had busted out of that zone. I see a double cross here. I thought it might be a great opportunity to target all the way up to the top. So I took a small play off of this. Anyway, comes back on me, DCDM fail, no big deal. So we take a small loss. So you'll start to see the P&L came down. They'd mentioned a Missile. I'm like, yeah, I just took a stop out on one. He's like, oh, what was it? And so we talked about the double cross, double move. He was explaining how he's not really a fan of DCDM. He likes the Enigmas and some other things better. And I actually kind of tried to talk him into the double crosses while we were on the phone there. I'm like, man, there's a very flexible tool. We came back to this and I said, oh, it looks like we're coming back up. We got a break of a red Enigma. It started to come back up and I did a retry right here. I told him, I said, oh, 2-try rule. I'm going to try it one more time as we start to come up and we start to break this. Now, right almost immediately as I go to get long, a red alpha shows up and ultimately ends up pushing it back down. So I took 2 losers in a row off of this double cross, double move. So you might think, okay, well, that's the end of that story. Well, that's true. Of that double cross, double move, it absolutely was. I want to point you to something even cooler. One of the other videos right before the Enigma AudioBox video. Let me show you which ones we're talking about here. Okay, so if you find yourself a little bit lost in some of the things that we talked about here tonight, you're wondering, well, where can I get that training from? Make sure that you are subscribed to our AlgoBox official channel. Make sure you got to subscribe and enable the bell notifications. I'm obviously on my own channel here, so I can't necessarily see that. Let's scroll down here and go into the video sections right here. This is our new channel as we are going to be trying to reduce the trainings into condensing those into some, I'm going to try to get them into 40 or 50 videos, but we've got some new visuals to go along with that. So right here, the Alpha Omega tuning cross, this one was like a little visual, like as a 10-second promo vid for this one. But the main one right here, Alpha Omega cross tuning. I'm going to show you that here. That's the one that I'm about to start tagging you into. The one we talked about moments ago, the Enigma plus AudioBox, is right here. So make sure, prerequisite to maybe watching this video or after this video, if you want to go, let me go see back what he was talking about, go watch this video right here. That's going to be number 1, and this one number 2, because you're going to want to get in on understanding these Alpha Omegas and how they can be used. Watch how I used it in this play right here. So as I had come into this play, I went to get long as a 2-try rule. And if you don't know about the 2-try, make sure you watch the rest of our videos. Okay, 2-try rule on a double cross, double move. That's in all of the double cross, double moves videos, and those are on the old channels. Don't worry, they'll be migrated over to this new one with some condensed content around that. But you know the rule here, 2-try. I can do 2 tries, but not 3, because this is not baseball and we don't strike out, which would be 3 strikes. We don't have a 3-strike rule. It's 2 tries only. So for the double cross, double move, as I break this white line, which I had drawn right here, just press F6. That white dash line was from me drawing that, because this was going to identify for me visually, if we break this white line, I want to try this again for the long shot break out of this accumulation zone for the distribution up to the north side, because we still had MACV ultimate to the longs. Now, this ends up coming back down, stopping me out. It was easy for me to see what I was going to stop out with, because the stop out right here for the double cross, double move is right here. And also look at that. Coincidentally, also was right behind an Alpha Omega. And what are our stops on an Alpha Omega? Right behind the cross. Again, we have 3 stop types: behind the box, behind a cross, and behind a dot. Those are our 3 stop types. So this one was both. We kind of had behind the DCDM box and right behind the cross. Easy visual for me to close out the position on this one before. Now I know you're looking at this over here, man, this looks like this trade's open. This was a kind of just untimely screenshot for this, but I was entering into a position later over here because we got another double cross set up coming into this spot here where I reinitiated the play. But I want to explain why I was even more confident in this play. And it has to do with a matchup of two specific alpha omega crosses. These two right here, pay attention to the number. We have the first one was a 14.4. This one was a 14. These are essentially matches. You guys remember from that video I just showed you a moment ago. If you haven't gone to the alpha omega tuning video, you need to go in there to learn how you tune these to the proper numbers to know what are our turning points going to be. Can you see how a level 14 was a clear turning point? Yes, we moved up. It is a clear pivot. This means as of right now, at this time of day, looking down at the time of day, 12:34, that the tuning for being able to turn the market at this point was a level 14. That's all you really need to know for this video and for the tuning video. So that means as we hit this level 14, don't we think that, well, that might be enough as well? Yes, so we get the pivot point, and these two main things I want to talk about how I knew that this zone might have been done, because again, it doesn't guarantee that it's done, but one of the things that gives itself away in the markets when we are in an accumulation zone like this, how do we know when the end is, right? What we want to be able to do is go, okay, is this going to keep going on, or have we finished it right here? And how could I have thought, well, this might be the end, because I just had two matching alpha omega crosses. These have now, again, what I call the beginning and the end. That's the alpha, the omega. This is the beginning and the end. So we have the beginning of the move, boom. We have the end of the move, boom. Now these have neutralized each other. This is now a neutralized zone. Does everybody understand that? Write that in your notes. Okay, and come back, take a screenshot, or get a better screenshot of this somewhere without maybe some trades on the board. Go look at the areas on your chart, go see two matching numbers after the accumulation zone, and watch what happens after you get a match. Boom, match, boom. All of a sudden, this sucker is done, and there is a huge potential for the next move to be the one. Now we might come out, fake out, manipulation, boom, straight through, distribution to the other side. But if we keep going in a direction, that can be some of the biggest plays. And I made the bet here because of the AudioBox queue that I had, plus a double cross double move. I'm going to go ahead and get in long right here. You'll notice I'm getting in larger than my previous trades. This one I had gone in on a 2. This one went on in a 4. I think I might have gone to a 6 or an 8 on this one. And here I'm going to go ahead and push, and we're going to go 10 contracts. Going to start to get big on this play. On the confidence coming in on this, we start to move up. Looks like I take off 2 contracts there. Watch how far this ends up going. Now, this whole time I was actually on the call still, but I had talked about how, wow, it's going to be a great example later today of the end of zone right there. Accumulation distribution ended on a neutralizing alpha omega. Now, again, I feel like, I don't know if I explained that very well to you guys here tonight. I'm hoping you understand what I'm saying. I just want to go, my main thing is to watch for these. Watch for a neutralizing end of an accumulation zone, and then watch for the big move up and on out. Now, let's say that you didn't do that. I'd even mentioned to Missile, I'm like, look, even he's like, I don't really understand what you're saying. I was like, well, I'll show it to you in a video. And of course, here's the video that we're doing right now. But I said, what's cool about it is that even if you didn't catch into that, right after it, what do you end up finding? You have this beautiful Enigma that shows up. And again, I might have gotten a few extra ticks because I entered in on the double cross to go to the long side. But we get a beautiful layup right here with the Enigma to go ahead and carry that on through. But if you saw that Enigma and you had remembered about the neutralizing zone from this video that we talked about here today, we got this one neutralized, boom, and then you see your Enigma to the long side. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. If you guys have questions, pop them down in the comments down below. Don't forget to go watch those other 2 training videos. There will be more like this. Hopefully you got something out of it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis G, and the rest of the gang, I am sending out the big H-Town. See ya!